Hey there, LEGO fans! Welcome back. Alex here. In this video, we're going to be doing a review of Ominous Isle. This is part of Series 2 of the Bricklink Designer Program. This program allows for LEGO fans to submit designs on Bricklink where other fans can vote to give it a chance to become a real LEGO set. 5 designs are selected in each series, which are typically 4 months apart. After designs are revealed, there is a countdown to crowdfunding. This is when we can pledge on what designs we want to purchase. All designs that hit 3,000 pre-orders will be produced, but it is limited to 30,000 total and a limit of 2 per household. Ominous Isle is part of Series 2. Series 1 was a wild success, according to LEGO, with 3 out of the 5 designs selling out and 2 others well over that 3,000 pre-order requirement. Alongside Ominous Isle, in Series 2, we have the Logging Railway, the Ocean House, Mushroom House, and Brick Cross Station. All of these will be available for crowdfunding on June 6th at 8 a.m. Pacific Time. If you want any of these sets, mark your calendar as some of these designs may disappear within the first day or even the first few hours, which is what we saw happen on a couple designs from Series 1. I am very fortunate to be able to review this future set. LEGO sent me all the required pieces for Ominous Isle to help give awareness to the program and give some information, of course, about the set. Now, because this is not an official set yet, I do not have the box, and that won't be available until much later. There are also no physical instructions. All LEGO sets from this program have digital instructions. So, let's get into it. Ominous Isle is a design by Jazzlecrass. It contains 2,809 pieces. It will cost $240 in crowdfunding. If you order any set during crowdfunding, please note that your card is not charged for it until it is shipped. That is usually 6 months later, so yeah, this is not a fast process, but in my opinion, these sets are worth the wait. First, I want to talk about the build experience. This build experience was truly unique. I don't think I have ever built a set that utilized the snot technique or studs not on top to this extent. This can be seen in almost every area of Ominous Isle. Most of the surface area will be rock face, and you can really see the benefit of this approach with so many unique and smooth cliff surfaces. I also love the look of all the plant life scattered about. It really gives the island an authentic feel. I will also add that to accomplish this, a lot of very small pieces are used. Now, while I did enjoy the build, I found that I had to take a few breaks, as at times it did get a bit tedious for me. However, judging from the final look and detail of the set, it was well worth it. There are 5 minifigures included in this set. The designer states this is Captain Mutton Chops and his motley crew. A good-looking bunch, even if they aren't pirates. 3 of the minifigures have reversible faces for that added playability, which I always appreciate. I do like the design of these minifigures, though I do wish we got maybe 1 more minifigure. Now, there is a monkey included, and there are also 2 seagulls, a mouse, and a crab included in the set as well. The main island features this menacing face of a skull. The designer states that this is the final warning to foolish travelers that have ventured too far into dangerous waters. The gate at the mouth does operate by turning a knob at the back of the build. Now, this is a basic but fun play feature that I can definitely appreciate. This part of the island does have an interior space to it. There are 2 levels. At the bottom, we can see where a small rowboat could enter the gate and dock. There is a room full of gold and other precious items, and we have a small drawbridge that you can operate with this small gear. And then we have a very well-stocked kitchen with a ladder to access the upper level. We also have a secret door to access the interior that is well camouflaged in this rock wall. I will add that the bottom level is a bit difficult to access. This is why I'm not a really big fan of the playhouse approach or the open back of LEGO sets. A modular approach would have helped a lot here. In the upper level, we have the quarters for Captain Mutton Chops. This is a well-decorated room with a bookcase, a desk, and a chair. There is a nice balcony on one side to get some fresh air, and there's a door on the other side that connects to many paths connecting all of the islands. I especially love the look at the top of this main island, and that there are steps that lead up to the top of this watchtower. So many times in LEGO sets, we see an area that has no real way for a minifigure to access these areas. I really appreciate the realism on how the minifigures access all the areas in this set. The next section is the dock and cannon tower. This island has the most to offer in terms of beach, but it is still kind of limited. However, I do love the look of these half-buried barrels in the sand. We also have a deceased prisoner hanging in this cage from the rock. Pirates always seem to forget to feed their prisoners, probably on purpose, I'm guessing. The dock is nice, but there's not enough blue plate exposed to properly dock the rowboat. It's a small issue, but I did take notice of it. I do love the look of this rock and how it narrows in the middle before widening again at the top. Now there's a cannon at the top here to help defend the island. There's only one way to access the cannon though, and that would be from the main island. But for some reason, there's no bridge here. There are these 2x2 jumper elements that imply a bridge should be here or could be here. I guess it's close enough that they can just hop over, but it seemed a little odd to me. It is implied that this can be rearranged, but I'm having a hard time trying to find a different configuration that would still work with all of the required connection points with the bridges. And so far, I've been unsuccessful at finding a way to make that flow. Maybe that's just my shortcoming, but I'm finding that the way it's supposed to be configured in the instructions seems to be the best, if not the only way to do it. The next island is smaller, but has a lot of interesting features. At the bottom, we have a skull of a horned serpent lodged deep in the sand, and there's also a very small cave with a treasure chest inside, though I will say it is impossible for adult hands, or adult fingers, I should say, to access the inside of this cave because it is super small. I'm never going to get that treasure chest out, and even if I do, I'm not going to be able to get it back in there onto the studs without tearing this thing all apart. One of my favorite parts of the build is this rock stairway to the top. There were some very interesting build techniques used to accomplish this. Now, there's also a crooked crow's nest here at the top, and that's a strong indicator that maybe Ominous Isle was a location of a shipwreck. While no obvious signs of a hull are visible, this, along with an anchor, indicate it may have been the case. Now next, we have this smaller rock that simply offers a connection point for these two bridges, and there are two other very small islands. The one with the palm tree kind of reminds me a lot of those Gary Larson comics involving a very small desert island. I did want to do a quick comparison to the Pirates of Barracuda Bay Lego set. Now, I know this is retired, but when it was available from Lego, it cost $200 US. It has 2,545 pieces, which is approximately 250 pieces fewer than Ominous Isle. Of course, Ominous Isle benefiting from a lot of small pieces, adding to the detail that I mentioned to you before. Now, looking at the footprint between these two sets, I gotta say that the Pirates of Barracuda Bay looks like it's substantially larger, which is interesting given the price point and piece count of these two particular sets. I also have the Pirates of Barracuda Bay pirate ship built here as well for comparison. And I gotta say, first of all, it looks great, doesn't it? Man, I just love those beautiful red and white sails. But next to Ominous Isle, I think it looks really good. So I feel that if you already have Pirates of Barracuda Bay, then Ominous Isle I think is going to be a great pickup for you. If you can grab one, I think that would look pretty cool in your ever-growing modern day pirate collection. Now, one more thing I want to make mention here between these two is that there's no pirate flag waving for Ominous Isle. And I kind of feel like that might have been a missed opportunity, or maybe it was on purpose. Maybe the designer just didn't want it to look like the pirates wanted any attention, so they wanted to stay as hidden as possible, which makes sense given the looks of that very scary face there in the center. So that is Ominous Isle, a fantastic shout out to classic pirate sets from many years ago. I will also add that I do not see any pirate-themed sets in Series 3 or 4, so this might be your best opportunity to grab a pirate-themed LEGO set for the foreseeable future. At a price tag of $240 US, I think this is a fair deal, and it has a very good chance of reaching that 30,000 production limit. But what do you guys think? Are you going to pick this thing up, or maybe even buy two of them? Or are you going to pass on this and maybe get some of the other sets? I would like to know, so please let me know in the comments section below. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.